Hi guys, this is Astropark, and today I'm going to explain you how to use one of my newest indicator, which is this price volume support to resistance targets levels indicator. So, which is the main objective of this indicator is to give an instrument to traders to see where mm, support zones are located, where resistance are located, and when you are in a trade, what kind of targets you can expect to have in your trades. So where you want to put your stop loss, where you want to put your take profit level 1, level 2, level 3, and this indicator can be used on all time frames and on all markets, how we will see in this video. This is a 15 minutes chart on Bitcoin, on bybit. This is one of my preferred chart and time frame because of I like to day trading. And let's start checking the options of this indicator. So this indicator show you the possibility to activate four kind of default levels. So a level which is valid for a day, valid for 3 days, for 1 week, and 1 month. But you, depending on your time frame, for example, if you like to trade on 1 minute, you may need to have a 6 hour. So 360 is a 6 hour time frame, or maybe you are a trader who love to trade on even higher time frame, so you may like the monthly or 3 monthly and so on. And because of this, I added 2 generic resolution levels that you can set up. Okay. Currently, you are not seeing any target levels. Just consider that once a target level is achieved, if price flip a target as a support or resistance, then you can use it again to open eventually a new position, just in order to reach other targets. You can have till 3 targets. Okay, in this version. Currently, no one is activated. And if you want to change colors, you can just go here in the style and you can edit the colors as you like. As you can see, there are also these buy and sell labels because I had this feature of signals. It's like a beta version. So when price interacts with the 1 day level, which are these light green ones, you will see some buy or sell suggestions. Okay, just let's do an example. So let's enable 1D signals. Just wait some seconds and it will refresh. Okay, so we see only the 1 day levels, and as you can see, sometimes there are too many buy or sell signals, sometimes just like a few. For this reason, I had this option to avoid signals repetition. So this way you will see only one buy. For example, here the first buy, all the others are just skipped. Okay, you will see only a sell when it's time to sell. So this just depends on you if you want a reminder or not, for example. Okay, I prefer to have them locked. Also, let's enable all the possible levels. Okay, So 3 levels up and 3 levels down. Okay, for example, in this case, just let's check this move, which perfectly reached the first level. In this case, instead, once this zone was, we had here a breakout, price reached the first, the second, and just for a few pips, you missed the third. Okay. Of course, there are some scenarios where the price just bounce here, reach the target, and then you have a drop. Okay, price reaches the lower targets and just go up again, and so on. This is something that you can trade with experience. Okay. So as you can see, sometimes we are in a consolidation phase, and you see a lot of bounces. Okay, bounce, some fake signals, because as you can understand, of course, this sell was totally reverted, for example. And there is a lot of interaction with this zone, but the price is really compressed. In fact, when something really important happens, so we may just draw here a basic pennant. So here, for example, you can see that once the price is going down, you have big wicks of big price action. Okay, so this was the fake out, so the price recovered totally and went on the other side. And so this is how I play. Basically, let's suppose this first buy signal. So you're supposed to buy on the level, put the stop loss in a zone where you may be sure it's not you are not killed with a fake out. For example, I take usually the a near low. In this case, I would put it here. Okay, targeting the first target. Okay. So in this, basically in this case, the target one was not reached. Okay, and in this case, I just look at price action to understand what should I do. So basically, for example, here you have a rejection, a swing failure pattern. Here also you have a big bearish engulfing. So for sure, if you didn't close here your position, you were supposed to close at least here, because the price was, of course, for sure going again here because of this bearish engulfing. Then again, the indicator suggested the too long again. Then why not? We are here to do profit. So the repetition is what helps you make profit, because most of the times in a consolidation phase you see price ranging. Okay, so touching always the high, touching always the low, and so the best trades are shorting the high, longing the low, and again shorting the high, longing the low. So this low, for example, or this low, shorting the high, etc., etc. Okay, this is basically how you are supposed to trade. Okay, so let's repeat. You long here, you add the buy signal here, so maybe you join here, the stop loss always at the same point, targeting the first. Okay, this again, you see the price action is quite awful. So just this is not the best example, but as you can see, if just choosing the right stop loss so a long week, for example, usually you don't you are not stopped out. Okay, so just a matter of time to wait for the target to be reached. Okay, I like the risk-reward trades where the R is more than 2. Basically, I like the 3. But profit is profit. So if we want to trade all ideas, we can of course do it. Okay. But let me explain something else that you can get with these indicators. So just let's enable only the zones, because the zones themselves explain a lot, tells you a lot about the trend in which you are. So let's remove. Now we can keep the 1 day. Okay, so just focus on the light green one. As you can see, the light green one zone are going down here, for example. Okay, so this means basically we are in a bearish trend. Okay, basically the resistance is getting lower and lower as the price is going lower and lower, and you can start to understand basically that the trend is changing when this zone change direction. Okay, as you can see here, the zone are going up, so here we are in a bullish trend. Now we are in consolidation because the zones are really not moving. Okay, and here again you have a zone which appeared to be lower than previous one. So unless we hit this high and price managed to trade above the previous high, the trend switched to be bearish, unless on low time frames. Okay, in fact you can see here higher high, price making higher high. Okay, the high is always higher, the low are even higher, also higher. Here instead we started making lower high and lower low. Okay, so if this is again a lower high, we expect to have a lower low. So price going back to this value. This is for day scalping, day trading. Okay, but let's say you are not day trader, you are more a swing trader. So what do? You disable this kind of you like to play, for example, on daily on a 6 hour, and what do? You move to higher time frames and you enable higher time frames. This is 12 months. Let's enable it also. Let's see what we get. Okay, and as you can see, the same reasoning applies also here. We are in a bullish trend because here the yearly zone is higher, is higher and higher. 3 months is as the quarterly is higher and higher. Okay, even the months are higher and higher. Okay, and the same with the weekly. You can see the weekly. Here we had some kind of consolidation, price moving up again. Here some bearish and up again. Okay, so let's say here the weekly, for example, the weekly zones tells us that we are in really in a consolidation phase because they are all in this range. Okay, they are all in this range. Okay, great. But we know that on a monthly basis we are of course in a bullish trend. So In a bullish trend, what are you expected to do? To long every dip. So any dip in this zone or in this zone, of course, this I guess for Bitcoin it will never happen short term, but you want to really long, to open some swing positions here if price manage to get back here. Okay, this is what the indicators suggest you. So let's switch some signal. For example, let's suppose we want to see all the possible signals here. Let's see what we get. Okay, so for example, starting here we have the weekly zone broken, but then it's broken up, so the indicator suggests to buy, and it's correct. Again, a new retest, you buy the retest. So really, if you manage your risk, it's not bad to trade these signals. So for example, say you short here, the stop loss above the recent high. Okay, so you are really never stopped out. You have here again another sell, so it's fine. Then you have the first buy. So what's wrong with changing your mind? So here you may lose a bit, okay, but after you switch long, this is what you get. So stop below the recent low and just look. The first sell signal is here. We are talking about some good hours. Okay, so more than 5 hours. Okay, so which is really a lot. Okay, for example, and again here, this was a retest for the indicator, but this was a breakdown, so shorted, good for a moment. So, but then the price retested, and then again bullish. But we know we are in a bullish trend, so we will never keep a short open for a long time on Bitcoin, especially on Bitcoin. Here the price went up again, nice retest, but too weak. The bounce was too weak. Again, a great short, targeting in this case perfectly the monthly zone, where when retested you have the buy. So here this is a no-brainer buy. The stop loss in this case is below the zone. So let's say here, for example, and here we go. Really long, a really nice long. Okay, really nice long. First signal is in here, so 13 hours. Okay, so I guess you understand how much profit you can do with this indicator if you are a swing trader. Okay, so here again some mess because you need also some consolidation after a very big run up. So we started here at 18, we are here almost 2.5 more. So it's normal to have a consolidation, some consolidation here. So a lot of signals, which were good, by the way. If you, for example, I also use, for example, the previous to as target. It's always very good. Previous zone as target. But let's check, for example, the one level. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we have a lot of levels enabled, so these levels have the same so these levels themselves tells you that we are in a really crowded zone, because there are really a lot of levels. But I guess you can see these levels are really filled by price. And this is a level which is really filled here, again, here, here. Of course, the higher the time frame of the zone, the more important for the price. But really, really crowded here. I will never tell you any different. But this what I do in these scenarios. I keep with my initial trade. So let's suppose I shorted here. Okay. Stop loss above recent high. Okay. And basically sorry, this was the target. It wasn't really not to reach it, but for me, here you have a bullish engulfing. It's enough to close, but I close here. If I open here, it's just not any loss. So if I open here, stop loss always the same place. Nothing really happens. If I close here, it's of course a buy. But what would I do? Then I should start also telling you about other indicators, other strategies I have. For example, this is a supply. Okay. Fast order block. Fast supply demand. I made so much indicators that I don't remember anymore the names sometimes. So here, for example, this was a supply. Okay. I want to see also the background. Okay, this was a supply zone, so if I long here, if I would have longed here, now it's getting to, so just let's disable some of this. Okay, so longing here, I would have longed at market price, closing here, of course, because this was a supply zone. And here I would have shorted. Okay, this is just my experience. Of course, I understand that it's difficult to understand, but it's when you start having your tools. I would have target here, for example, this zone, but these are nice 2 hours, and of course, after a buy, I would have probably closed even more. But again, you see a new supply was created here. Okay, so it's okay to continue shorting. Keep your short open. Okay, for example. And here finally you start to sweep the lows, and you can start thinking, okay, bears have enough. Okay, so test the supply. Okay, and until you sweep the stop loss. Okay, this is the basics of trading. You want to kill the other traders. So how? Making them close their position in loss. And in this here where I would have longed again. Okay, basically um, it's not random that this happened also on this level, for example. Okay, but again here bears created a new supply zone, so tough for bulls to go up again, and in fact you have here again a short, etc., etc. So okay, after this price action, I tend to wait a bit and see more price action. Okay, so for example here there was a big pump, but the pump just ended on this level. Oh, sorry, ended on the target. So you will not long at the target. Instead, you may short. I would have shorted here with the stop loss above the recent high, which was itself. So if I would have been lucky, my stop loss was a bit higher. Otherwise, I would have been stop lossed automatically. This is something that happens often. Targeting, for example, I don't know, again a retest here, for example. So 2 hours, it's fine. It's a good trade. And here it's fine after you see this bullish action. So you see bulls are here again. Maybe they want to continue in their action. So you start longing here. Stop loss below the recent low. So below here. Targeting some highs. This, for example, or this was the first target, so 2.3 hours, which is good. Okay, and these are just some examples. Okay, I hope I didn't confuse you, but okay, in a consolidation, after a long run up, you have to expect a consolidation. Okay. Okay, this was also a wedge, for example, rising wedge, price, and here retested, break up again. So after the previous, you see here again a series of higher high and lower high. So higher high, lower high. You are pretty sure that you want to long. So for example, a long condition not declared by the indicator, but this level was flipped support. As I told you at the beginning, a target can be used as a support to open a new trade. So this was our target in the previous long, but then it was flipped. Okay, the monthly target was reached, price acceptance above the previous target, which is now support. Here acted as a resistance. Now it's support, so long again. Okay, so let's enable. Oh, sorry. Let's enable more levels. Okay. Okay, for example, you see here that's a first, a second level, and maybe here there would have been a third level. All reached. Okay, and you see here then so the trend is strong, so strong that we have even higher high, lower high here. So these are nice retest and price move up again. And this works on all other markets. So let's move, for example, to EUR/USD on Forex. I have a lot of people asking me for trading on 1 minute on Forex. So let's do also something like this and like this. Let's see what we get. Okay. Okay. So the on 1 minute, of course, the 1D is maybe too big. Okay, it's maybe too big, but sorry. This gives you an idea on where you for sure will not short. Okay, so if the price goes here, you will not short. You will close your short. If you shorted, for example, here, okay, if you shorted here, because the price, okay, at first bounced, then started losing, never went up, okay, never went up anymore. So it's just retesting it in order to go lower, okay. So a lot of targets here. Here you have only a week, price again lower. So of course here you will not short, clearly. Eventually you will close your short and go long. Just a remark. Okay, so we are in a bearish trend. So these are nice short entries. Okay, so just a few tips. So for example here nice long entries, but let's see for example what the indicator suggests for you. So you can enable only these signals, for example. Let's see. So here first we're nice long, okay, then really, because here as you can see the zone is very thin, so it happens in this case that you have buy sell buy sell. Just in this case I suggest to, as said before, just to keep only one position and open your position near the zone. Okay, if for example this buy you can open here, don't need to open directly on the level. So for example if you long the here, wait, you just wait for price doing its thing. Okay, because you know that in high volatility everything can happen. Okay, so a lot of so you want to avoid losing because you open and close, open and close, etc. Okay, just keep one. So if we kept for the short, okay, so let's keep short here, for example, stop above the recent high. Why the recent high? Because if we are in a bearish trend, you will have lower high. So if you are stop lossed, because we are not in a bearish trend. Here we have a low, okay, and we have a lower low. So we can suppose we are in a bearish trend. High, high. So you don't want to have an higher high. So this is why you have stop loss here. Okay, what's happening here? Really nothing. I mean, it's you see also only that the bulls trying to create here a rising wedge. So you keep with the bearish sentiment, unless it happens here that I mean you feel, you can start here feeling that there is something wrong, because here we are going lower, okay, lower, but here now we are starting making higher high. So here you would have starting for example here, this is again I'm sorry to say that also this indicator is a great one I made. Here you have a bullish order block, for example, and and you see that the bulls starting being here. Also here we had some past bullish order block, so demand zones. So this is a really nice confluence to long together, where you have you hit some demands here, okay, some really big demands, and here we have the supply zones as target. Okay, so when you start seeing that we are continue building demands, bullish order block, you switch. Well, but it's fine. I mean, if you manage your risk and here you close it out with some loss, it's fine because you recoup, you regain everything. You just manage your risk properly. So it's a good short here, targeting the supply, but using this indicator. Let's see. Oh, we have here already an outlook. Two levels. Where are the levels? Why I don't see the levels? Oh, because these are here. Okay, so you can target here, for example. This is really not to reach it, but for example here it's already 1 hour and a half, so you recoup everything and you do profit. Okay, which is great. Okay, this is what you don't, when you trade, you don't want to be right, you want to do profit. So if sometimes you lose, it's more important that you lose one, but you can win 2, 3. Okay, even if you are right 1 time and you are 10 times and you are wrong 10 times, it's fine. When you are wrong you lose 1 and you are right you win at least 3 or 2, you are always a profitable trader, and you want to be a profitable trader, right? So here my 3-hour trades, but it seems that this level will not be reached. And when I see this kind of price action, so price not able to really go higher, I cut, for example. I cut here, but it's fine. It's already 1 hour and a half. Okay. And here again, you long, you go here. You see here a perfect swing failure pattern. So you close here, for example. And here again, what this was. So at this buy, so you buy here, you wait a bit. Okay. These are 1.5 hours. So it's a really, these are monies. Okay. Okay, you maybe have been stop lossed here, but it's fine. Oh, this is a nice trade. So this is a nice candle, for example. So you short, it's fine. You short here, stop loss above the recent highs. So this seems wise. And finally, you get a target. Again, another 1 and 2 hours. So how much hours did we collect? Really a lot. So it's fine to lose sometimes. Okay, if you can do so much profit in quite a bit of time, simply managing your risk. Okay, so here again, for example, the long. This you for sure you would have been stopped out in my opinion, unless you put the below this recent low. So just you would have been lucky to not be stop lossed, but eventually you would go long here again, targeting targeting the first target. It's 2.6 hours, so quite good again. If you would have been stop lossed, it's fine again. You would have lost 1 hour. Longing here again, you get your hour back with the low again here. Below there isn't a low, so you would have get back what you lose and your profit. Okay, and this, as said, works everything on every time frame. What can I show you? I'm afraid this video is too long. I hope it's not. So the Forex, so indexes, SPX, for example, this. We don't have volume here, so I do some magic in this case. I hope you will appreciate. Let's see of 5 minutes what we got in 5 minutes. On 5 minutes. Let's remove this. Okay. So here again, the rule is quite similar. The zone themselves tells you in which trend you are. Okay, so zone moving up, you are in a bullish trend. So then here you have in a consolidation. So where in a consolidation you can expect price to reverse. This is what happens here. So price starts trading from up to going below the zones. Okay, so you want to be a seller because you know after the uptrend there is always a downtrend. Okay, unless price starting its acceptance above the zone, so you want to be a bull here again. Okay, and so basically you have some good signals and again bad signals also. So for example here perfect support. Okay, price going a bit lower but regaining the support, and you hit some good profit. Okay, almost previous targets. Here we have a little bounce, but price in consolidation. So a sell, a buy, but as I said, you don't switch immediately unless you see some good price action. So you swept the low. So here, if you kept the sell, you close the sell, and you start to being a bull on a real buy. Okay, so here real buy, you want to buy. Targets are really near. So this means that also you can expect some consolidation, real consolidation here. And in fact, this is what happens. You have really some stressful trading here. I usually avoid this situation with too near levels. Okay. Furthermore, here a perfect retest, target 1 reached. Something that I forgot to say: when the target is reached, the first target, you may close totally your position, you may close 50%, but be sure to put a stop loss in profit. Okay, because as said, the targets are also support and resistance. So in this case, it acted as support and price reversed totally. Okay, reversed totally. So you close here at least 50% of your position, stop loss at the beginning, at your end at the entry, and you should not lose your money. Okay. So I guess this video is going to be too long. I say thank you to you to watching this video, and remember that you can always write me. This is my nickname. You can write me here on TradingView or on Telegram, or just send me a message on YouTube in the comment. Please subscribe and like my videos if you like them. And thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.